How's it going? Dave here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 different cool chromatic chord movements for neo-soul. Now, a lot of these movements have come from just experimenting on guitar. Some of them don't really have a very music theory, technical explanation. And that's something important as well, actually. Using your ear is just as important as using music theory to come up with ideas. They're all just tools in our toolbox for writing music. So let's just get straight into the 5 cool chord movements. Okay, so we're going to be using, for the first 2, we're going to be using this cool minor 9 shape. Okay, I think if you've played neo-soul for any amount of time, you're going to know this shape. So we're barring the top 4 strings at the 7th fret, and we're playing the 9th fret of the high E string with our ring finger. Okay, so that's a B minor 9 because the root would be this low B here, okay? And all we're going to do is move down a semitone and then the semitone again. It's super simple, just we're going down 1 fret at a time, but it sounds really cool. And then what you could do is add your embellishments in there. And that sounds awesome. Okay, so that's the first one. Super simple, that one. Now, the second chord movement is a chromatic mediant movement. And if you don't know what a chromatic mediant is, I've done a video on it where I go into detail, but I'll explain what it is in a little amount of detail now. So chromatic means not in the key, and mediant is another word for third. So we're basically playing chords that are a third apart, but they're not in the same key as each other. So what we're going to be doing is taking this minor 9 shape again, B minor 9, and we're just going to move it up by a minor third, so 3 frets. And again, you can use your embellishments. I'm just using the B minor pentatonic here with that chord, and then the D minor pentatonic. Quite simple stuff. What you could do as well to fill out the sound, if this sounds a little bit thin for you, is you can use full minor 9 bar chords. So this is the shape, you know your minor 7 shape, and then we're adding the little finger on to the 9th fret there, if we're barring the 7th fret. Again, this was another one I just came up with by messing around on the fretboard. So that's a very valuable thing you can do. Sometimes you can overanalyze things with music theory, and sometimes the best results can just come from just happy accidents that happen on the fretboard. And you can do that for the first one as well, using the full bar chords. Very nice. So the third chord movement is also another chromatic mediant, but this time we're using major chords. In fact, we're going to be using major 9 chords. You could use major 7 chords as well, but we're going to use major 9 chords because I like the sound of them. So if you don't know how to play a major 9 chord, we're going to be playing a D major 9. So that's 5th fret of the A string, 4th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string, and 5th fret of the B string. And instead of moving it up a minor third, we're going to be moving up a major third. So we're moving everything up 4 frets. Okay. You can come up with some really cool ideas doing this. If you want to learn how to solo over these chromatic mediants, I have done a video on that as well. So I go over it in detail in this video, so check that out if you're interested. Holding in a sneeze there. Oh, excuse me. So where was I at? Yeah, I've done a video on soloing over these chromatic mediants. So check that out if you're interested in taking it further and developing your ideas. So the fourth chord movement is this movement. So what we're doing is we're taking a major 7 chord. I'm playing a D major 7 here. And I'm moving it down just a step. And I took this from Nakamura by Hiatus Coyote. Yeah, you hear that idea. And then you can add your embellishments in as well. Something you can do is go down another step. So that sounds nice. You could go down even further actually, so let's try that with a root on the 6th string. And again, this one didn't come from any sort of music theory knowledge. This just came from listening to a song and hearing the chord movement they used. I don't know the exact theory behind what they were thinking, but I'm thinking they borrowed a chord from Mixolydian there. So we're playing D as our one chord, and then we're borrowing this C major 7 from D Mixolydian. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. It sounds cool, that's all that matters. The fifth and final chord movement would be the backdoor dominant. So the backdoor dominant is where we take this major 7, this C major 7, and turn it into a C dominant 7, leading us back into our D major 7. Okay, that doesn't sound very much different to the last one, so we have to put another chord before that. And there's two different options we could use. I've explained the theory in detail for the backdoor dominant in another video, so if you want to go into why this works, check that out. But I'm just going to show you the chords because they sound quite cool, and you can try them out for yourself in your own compositions. So we are going to be playing, before our C7, we can play a G minor. I like to play it as a G minor 9. Okay, so we've got G minor 9, C7, D major 7. Or you could use a B flat major 7 before the C7. Again, these chords are just borrowed chords from other keys. That's basically the gist of what we're doing. So those were the 5 cool chromatic kind of chord movements that you can use in your neo soul playing. Do you have any really cool chromatic chord movements that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments, because I want to learn all of them and I want to be able to use all of them when I can. If you enjoyed the video, click like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. And if you're looking to write some really cool sounding neo soul chord progressions, I highly recommend going down into the description and checking out the first 2 chapters of my book, Chord Charisma. They're available for free. And what those 2 chapters are going to be showing you is how to write a basic chord progression to start off with, and then build that chord progression up with extensions such as 6ths, 7ths, 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths. And I've got chord shapes for all of those extended chords, so you can add those on to your progressions and make your progressions sound really nice and jazzy and sophisticated. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.